Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, The Shadow and the Blade, where we have some heads to take. Hopefully, really quickly, because now that we have a whole new front open in the south, we gotta wrap up all this nonsense really quickly. So, Remamute, go forth, and let us claim Grenstadt. It is crazy that this, how? In what way would they possibly resist this force? Alright, do we need to bring extra charges? Probably not. I mean, I guess there's something to be said for the fact that my reinforcement army is bringing absolutely nothing to the table. I guess that is a concern. You know what? We'll go ahead and bring some. Why not? We were not going to use food to have this settlement to take this settlement over at a higher level anyway, because this settlement is not really worth anything. All we really want is for this army to be dead. So it looks like they have built into the side of a mountain in a way that seems pretty smart. Definitely going to be difficult to safely approach this place. That said, you only need so much safety when you have all these catapults. So after we destroyed this army, as far as we know, there are no other Border Prince's armies up here north of the mountain range, right? Alright, let's see here. So there's some safe space on the sides. I mean, you're familiar with this thing. We're just doing this thing again. Army just kind of be over here in the corner. Alright, this should be hopefully pretty quick. You can never tell though. Sometimes the AI likes to hang on stubbornly, well past when it makes sense for them to do so. Oh, interesting. Apparently this area, this obviously clear territory, not a place you can actually stand. Good to know. Well, that means that we're going to change up our strategy a little bit here. We could just try to collapse part of the wall. What do they actually have in there? It's pretty much just swords, right? I guess we could just smash this tower. I don't really... As I'm often saying, I don't really like doing this. It feels like a terrible waste of resources. But I think we're going to be a little bit safer if we do this way. Let's have the rats just approach the walls, you guys. Yeah, that's wild. Like, this area right here is unpathable for no reason at all. They should definitely, if they wanted it to be that way, they should have, like, actually put some stuff in there to make it make any kind of sense at all. Alright, so they do have one mortar. We have to watch out for the mortar. Currently it's not angled in such a way that it could even attack us. Also worth noting, they didn't bother to man the tower. They have one guy up on the wall, and apparently you can't man the tower with a single witch hunter. I'm actually a little surprised by that. I would have figured them having all of one friendly unit in the tower box would be good enough. Oh, you guys probably shouldn't just be sitting right here. What am I doing? Okay, it's a clumsy way to approach, but it's working. Also, for some reason, I cannot quite seem to get my throat clear, so apologies for the repeated throat clearing. Do I want to drop... I probably want to drop the thing inside the wall, right? Yeah, just continue to approach. And we got to go grab this army and have them do something? Probably not, right? Like, what are they going to do? What are they going to contribute here? I guess we could have a couple units of normal dudes just run up onto the wall. There's no reason not to do that, right? It's not like we're trying to preserve these units, like we're terribly afraid of what might happen to them or anything. And then we're just going to spread this army out like this and draw enemy attention off. We're probably going to fire and replace almost every unit in this army, so if they die, they die, you know? It's not my most primary concern. Now what I'd really love is for my catapults to be shooting into the area behind the wall. Looks like they mostly have a pretty clean angle on that. I guess killing the guns up on the wall is also useful. Alright, they have left a unit of Outriders in place to defend the siege gear. I'm still going to try this. Outriders are not exactly terrifying units. Maybe we can do enough damage to make a difference here before they run us off. Get up on that wall. Okay, now my man is a little bit closer. Let's try dropping some rocks. They've grouped up on the wall a little bit more tightly. It's hard to tell what they're doing. Yeah, they're moving units back and forth down there in a way that I cannot read intent from that. Hoping to catch some stuff on the wall and also stuff down near the wall. Alright, an Overcast Plague is quite effective against a group of dwarves on a wall, and remember, dwarves have magic resistance. So I'm going to try to catch... Yeah, this seems like an okay place for it. Try to catch some of these guys. And I mean, as our storm vermin climb up onto the wall, it should be extremely difficult for the enemy to hold it all. Out of curiosity, did you guys get anything done at all? No, you did not. They pulled back a second unit of Outriders, and apparently that was all that was going to take. Well, they're doing a good job of keeping melee units near all their range, so it's like pretty hard to put up a group of summons here that's going to mean anything at all. And we have projectiles coming in from on top of the wall. Here, you guys go over here. It seems like their plan is just to now man the entire wall as thinly as possible, which is kind of a plan. But it does mean that they are woefully underdefended on the inside of the city. We're going to be able to just wander right in as soon as we pierce the wall here. Where's Queek? Oh, for some reason Queek, I didn't select him because he's way off to the side here. Queek should absolutely be climbing a wall somewhere. Although it's weirdly difficult to find a section of the wall that can be climbed. We could get over here and help them with this. Alright, how are the storm vermin doing? Are they up on the thing yet? No, they're getting there. Can I just cast the dreaded 13th right here? Then we'll also send in some of these guys. We're going to bless everybody with filth. And then we're going to wither the great swords. Okay. I should have done this earlier. This is how we're going to take control of the gate. Although at this point it's looking like their missile troops are pretty beat up, so we could also just bash the gate open. This isn't even really about opening the gate. Mostly this is just about killing their guys. Which it turns out is tremendously fun to do. And we're pretty decent at it. The storm vermin are trying. They're trying to get up there and make something happen. We're still keeping a lot of units in reserve back here. Actually, can I drop some guys in here and have them just climb up onto the wall? So I think that's what we want to do. Get up there and maul those gunners. The warp grinders could, I suppose, just run up on the wall and just start chopping it up. I don't know that that's necessary though. Just move some guys over. Like what's happening over here is mostly about just drawing enemies away from the rest of the battle. It doesn't matter too much. We're not trying to accomplish a whole lot. Alright, we're winning this battle. It's taken a little bit longer than I was expecting. And I don't see... Did we actually completely kill that unit of greatswords? It looks like their lord is fine. But this is definitely not that unit of greatswords. We had some success against them. So maybe we just completely wiped out one of those units. Is there... Hold on. Is there a lord on horseback? No, he is on the ground. That's a shame. We have all of these... You guys are on the wall. You guys are on the wall. We have all these spears down here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. My other unit of Stormvermin. And then, obviously, it would be pretty cool if we could get ourselves in position to fire through the gates at people, but obviously it's not actually going to happen, most likely. Still, position for it. And as soon as these guys are engaged, we'll drop some menace below charges behind them. Okay, they did some reasonable damage there. How are we doing on... Okay, if anything, they've brought back more defenses for the mortar team. Alright, bless our guys with filth. If we can open up a hole here, if we can actually kill these greatswords, then we will have the freedom to get our guns inside the wall, and then, of course, you know what happens then. You've seen that once or twice. Did Queek ever make it up onto the wall? He did, eventually, make it up onto the wall. I'm not a huge fan of that arrow. I'm trying to tell him to fight stuff over here. He's interpreting that as me telling him to go to that wall. That makes me a little nervous. I'm pretty sure that when you fire a lord's units, the lord can lose loyalty, but when his units die in battle, that cannot happen. The loss of a battle, I think, makes you lose loyalty. But so, losing units out of Queek's army over there is just a low threat way of getting them out of the army before we replace them with stuff that is much better. Okay, we should definitely have the Gracier run through here. I didn't really want to just, like, clog the entrance with stuff, but they have sent in enough units now that I think we'd better commit a little bit. Also, I don't understand how there are even still ranged units alive. Like, they should all have been killed long ago, right? Makes no sense to me. And if I tell them to just move to here, will they all start going for the ladder? Nope. You guys are dumb. This way is the way. Still no. Alright, well, they're trying. Okay, so we've almost driven back all of the guys over here. We're going to be able to get inside the wall pretty soon. In fact, I can probably start telling the gunners to move through now. There's only a handful of enemy units still alive over here. It is quite difficult to tell exactly what's going on. Try to get the Doom Flayers disengaged from the halberds a little bit here. Alright, screw that guy. Don't let him charge in here and ruin everything. A lord on his massive bell platform should be able to, yeah, there you go, trivially keep an enemy lord at bay, an enemy foot lord, just by ramming him over and over again. Oh. Never mind those attack orders. These are your attack orders. They're trying to bring in ranged units. Who do they think they are? Let's see if I can knock some of those guys down and provide the, yeah, okay, that had an effect. Provide the Doomflayers a chance to catch up. Alright. Their lord is not on horseback, but this hero they brought in is, and he should be pretty gunnable. Also, they've been moving their units around a little bit. We might be able to make something happen here. Yep, and they're moving a lot of stuff forward, which is good for us. God, it is taking forever. Here, have some leadership, everybody. It's taking forever for us to finish killing the guys up on this wall. Also, apparently I have Clan Rat Spears, so I actually made it over. Good for you. Go be useful. At the very least, consume some ammunition. That is unacceptable to me. Let's see if we can do something about this. Man, it says just barely not enough range, huh? Well, yeah, still run over here and try it. Looks like we need to have you two get back here. The rifles are starting to get reinforcements, and I have no interest in a fair fight. Let's hit these halberds in the back. I wonder if we're going to be able to get them to actually fire on that hero. The fact that they feel the need to run forward is a pretty bad sign. Okay, there we go. We're starting to see some breakage. Get him. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, there is no way to tell a unit to do a thing only if they could successfully perform that action without moving. It is a real bummer, because that's I feel like that's an option I would use all the time. But if you give a unit an order, they will attempt to move to fulfill it. He's doing an okay job. He's holding his own here. And at this point, pretty sure those Warplock Jezzails were told to run through. It doesn't much matter, because at this point, obviously, the battle is pretty much over. But alright, so you guys just have no interest at all in doing the thing. Here's what we're going to do instead. I'm surprised they're not giving up with the, due to all the fire there. Okay. So that's a lot of breakage. They're still holding out up here somehow. My gun units really, really, really don't want to fight. We're starting to see a little bit of gunfire. Okay, do not let that guy push us around. Love it if I could issue an attack order on horsemen. They try to move these rats to the side a little bit so that our units can actually get a shot off. Okay. They are going to fight to the absolute bitter end. Which is just like a really annoying thing for them to do. I feel like this battle should have been over quite some time ago. Everybody just, like, don't let these guys just shoot at you. I know I said I don't care if you live or die, but you should care if you live or die. Send the Doom Flayers through here. Obviously, we're going to charge these swordsmen as they run through the effect. You guys should not be trying to melee that lord. It's like, they have plenty of ammunition. We gave them an attack order, and for some reason they decided that they needed to be punching the guy. Okay, there we go. I really wish that the enemy AI would just give up way earlier in battles. It was clear from before we hit the attack button that there was only one way this battle could go. But they make you fight it out for like 20 whole minutes. So we lost a relatively... Yeah, we might have lost all 3 of those units of Storm Vermin with shields. It doesn't really matter, but that's a bummer. Those guys were high rank. The most important thing is we killed everything. We got rid of this army and also the place this army was recruiting. So we have, what, like a half dozen total Border Prince settlements remaining? 3 more of them north of the mountains, and then the rest quite a bit further south. Once upon a time, those ones to the south were not my problem. Okay, we only lost 1 of the Storm Vermin units. That's not so bad. Yeah, obviously loot and occupy. We just need this... Need that faction not to exist anymore. And that's a random minor settlement. It took that much effort to get rid of. Very annoying. Just bring in... Why do we have... Did we research a thing that gives us a turn-off of recruitment for these units? We didn't, did we? No, none of the stuff that is related... Why do we have 1-turn global recruitment, Death Runners, and Plague Monks, and also all these guys? I mean, there must be a skill in one of our legendary lords or something. Is this a Queek thing, maybe? No, not that. Here we go. Recruitment duration minus... No, that's -1 for Storm Vermin. In all provinces. Still, that's very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. But it must be a thing from one of our units. Oh, you know what? It's probably actually the other guy. What's his name? You know, the other guy. Because they're his type of units, right? So where would that be from? From the shadows? No, that's what gives him from the shadows. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but useful. That's a handy thing. So we're going to recruit some actual units. Actually, you know what? Before we do this, we should jump over to Masiforkal because we had recruitment slots left in Infectique's army. Okay, so I guess this is what we're doing with this turn. We have lots of guns. What we actually really need is just some guys who can stand in combat. So there are 120 Plague Monks in a Plague Monk unit. But I kind of... Maybe we're just getting spears? We just need people who can stand up while all of the shooting happens, right? Yeah, I'm just going to recruit 5 units of spears to finish off this army. Alright, so that'll give us 20 units when Cricket hits the shore next turn. That's good news for us. You... That's weird. We can't see the edge of his zone of control over here, but apparently it's right about there. If we kill Belagar Ironhammer, then they, even if our armies are left out in the open by doing so, they do not have a force that is capable of punishing us for this. Alright, completely trivial, no big surprise there. Shame that trait is so bad. Oh, and then I could move right back to Castle Drakenhof. Or, alternatively, move to right here and just go into ambush mode and see if they'll come after Ikitclaw. Okay, Bilefitch... What is Bilefitch's role now? I guess this is Bilefitch's role now. Somebody's got to defeat Bertie Bratch. We have Valmir Gossar headed for Lucchini, although his army is unlikely to be able to do anything by itself. Alright, fall back to Zvorak. For the moment, this will be the play. Also, let's get some defenses going. Akendorf and Matorka both desperately need to be proved. Okay, Revamute we did already. Hadar, what's your deal? Oh, Hadar finished his recruitment. Well, I was going to have him go and rampage on Kislev, but now I wonder if maybe what we actually want to do is... maybe we want to move... I mean, he's not going to be able to reach anything important. I guess he's just hanging out waiting for things to get ugly with Kislev. Defending Erengrad in the meantime. Let's see, when we take on Kislev, we probably want to start up here. Is it still the case that... okay, yeah, you guys are still at war with Kislev. Hopefully they'll be able to make something happen. Actually, we could probably give him a war coordination target. If I ask the World Walkers to attack that... No? Can I not have you... Select a mutual enemy settlement or lord... Oh... Kislev is not mutual enemies. I am technically not at war with them. Even though I am obviously at war with them. So we cannot direct his fury just yet. And obviously we don't want to declare war while we're doing all this other stuff. So I guess... Is there any other... No, there are no other naval points of interest in the area for Hadar to sail to. I guess he just hangs out for a while? It doesn't really seem like... Oh, you know what he could do? He can be the one who tries to correct some of the rebellions that we're going to be seeing over here. Pustich Stab has to get dealt with. So it looks like crossing the water might actually be the fastest way. And then without him in Erengrad, yeah, we're still fine. Public order is still okay. Let's maybe upgrade this bell just in case, though. Okay, so that's Hadar dealt with. Stonecritch is done. Deathmaster Snitch probably needs to just hunt down these dudes. Stab. Kill. Sadly, we probably have to do this manually to avoid a mass die-off. I don't think we will have time to use more than 4 charges of Menace Below, so we may as well save the food. We might actually be able to use that food for stuff. Here, I'm just worried that it would kill some of my units that are more damaged. I saw that they have a new sort of experimental patch that they're developing, and that there's a way to opt into playing with it. And one of the things in that patch is that they have specifically disabled the system in the auto-resolver that kills injured units at a higher rate than they should normally die from battle. So apparently it is a conscious decision that they made to make that the case. Not 100% sure why, other than to try to make you not auto-resolve everything, I guess. I mean, we can have the Rattling guns in a couple of different positions. Like, we could have 2 units of guns up on top of this hill. And then 2 units of guns back here. Maybe exactly where they are? Maybe more like there? Okay, now we just gotta make sure that we are not allowing them to get rushed. Fortunately, we have lots and lots of bodies for this. So the catapult crew is pretty much already dead. Make absolutely sure here. We have 3 units of Doom Flayers. They probably want to use to disturb their ranged. And these Eshin Triads actually should probably stay out of the battle entirely. Snitch himself can run up here, and then we have... Oh, we have Globes. And Flamethrower. Probably all these guys can report to this hillside. That should that should go down pretty quickly. Then there's a unit of Storm Vermin Halberds that we haven't assigned, and also this monster. Alright, you guys, run forward and stab. Run forward and stab. Everybody, just get to murdering. I don't know that it terribly matters where we send him. I guess let's send him toward the healthiest enemies. These are just rat ogres. Yeah, the rat ogres should definitely get halberded. I don't think we have to tell our gunners what to do. I think the gunners are going to get it. Okay. This is probably going to be over pretty quickly. Oh, huge miss from the flamethrowers, though. We'll throw down his area of blades. Oh, he is really carving them up in there. And that's the entire enemy melee force already thinking about surrender. Alright, Stitch. You know what time it is. It's chasing. Oh, that guy should maybe not have run out into the open like that. That's turning real bad for him real fast. Okay. Get him. And we are almost done here, actually. Skaven on Skaven combat, right? Menace below charges everywhere. Snitch is catching their lord. See, this guy's a wizard. And like I said, Deathmaster Snitch has 3 weapons. There's no escape, little wizard. That right there is what happens to traitors. I mean, people who betrayed me. Obviously, I'm betraying people left, right, and center. But it's fine when I do it. The rules are different for me. Okay, nice decisive victory. It was very kind of these guys to hand over all of this experience and food. 63 losses, not a big deal. Although it is worth noting, we took 63 losses. The entire enemy army combined only killed 8 people. So, a significant portion of those are friendly fire. Listen, we got these mortars, and there is no way that you can control where a Rattling gun fires. If you've ever played Vermintide, and you've watched one of those dudes operate that gun, it is clear that the dog is walking him, so to speak. Honestly, the gun probably weighs more than the gunner does. Alright, we'll take the replenishment, I guess. Okay, Separatists have been defeated. How dare they rebel against us, right? Okay, so what was I doing with him? I was taking more points of Quartermaster? No, that's right. I went into the yellow line because of contract loopholes. Contract loopholes is great. So, what do we need to do with this army now? We could have this army report to the south. I suppose we should. He's the only one who's really in position to stop anything from happening down there. Oh, you know what? Let's stop in the Dragonhorn Mines. Crossing the Badlands like this is going to inflict some attrition damage. We ought to give him one more turn of healing before we start having him suffer constantly. There's a lot of Badland down there. So, how many settlements exactly do you have? You are on 8 settlements. 6 of those are right here. Okay, so we need to have Remamute and Queek carve this stuff up, while Ikitclaw and Vomik deal with everything else over here. Which means that Queek needs to go this way. Alright, hopefully that'll be a real quick little detour. Shife certainly doesn't need to be in Karaza Karak, except that we can't guarantee that Obsife isn't going to betray us. And I still can't disband his units, huh? Well, that's not ideal. We should probably be upgrading Karaza Karak as roughly as quickly as possible. And I guess, I mean, there's not really anything else for me to do around here, right? I guess we could send Shife up the back way here toward Grom Peak, just to try to make sure that the dwarves don't escape our wrath somehow. I think that's my plan. We'll go to Mount Squighorn for now, and then we'll figure it out. And is that finally the last of my armies? Boy, I wish this menu didn't reset. I guess you guys can sit in the city, or... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything we can do to keep them from rebelling. Obviously, I don't really care about that. I just don't want it to disrupt my existing plans. It can be a little hard in the desert to see the edge of your movement area. It's a yellow line on yellow terrain. Okay, I guess we'll just use this thing instead of trying to scroll down our list of heroes. Let's make sure that there's no army waiting for us up here. Looks like there isn't. What happened to this guy? Wait, who is this guy? This is a warlock engineer who's mostly spec'd for magic. Somehow took every point in this box except for the third point of triangulation, which is the best point in this box. You couldn't have done a worse job of this if you were trying. Well, I feel like this guy should be in somebody's army, right? Not really a map action type hero. We'll see if we can't find a spot for him. Staden... Okay, Staden has been wounded. It's a little embarrassing. My plan where they were at was to head down there, but now I'm thinking, let's keep an eye on Valmir Gosser. And maybe attack him a whole bunch of times. Alright, can we tell? We cannot quite see either Flensburg or Wurtbad. You are here to just basically be a big jerk to everybody. Hey, look at that. What a success. Alright, we have a lot of heroes now. You need to... Man, I don't even know. Where are you? Where are you relative to the action? Like, he needs to get out here at the very least. It's going to be many, many turns of running. That guy's just not in a useful place. And the same is true of you. If we take the water... Yeah, alright. We'll take this water. We'll come up on the beach near Lamia. We'll go through this mountain pass, because we know there are Bretonnians on the other side. Okay, and now we have all of this money. Yes, Agromegdal, it does seem like should be upgraded. Marienburg absolutely should be upgraded. Totally no question. And we're going to give Marienburg a little bit more defense here. Let's get Gorsel capped off. And then we may as well upgrade this. This is nice and cheap. Alright, other settlement upgrades. Beckhofen, not a high priority. Let's have a look around here first. Like, obviously, upgrades on Wolfenburg are pretty important. We need a bell in this province quite badly. Some defenses, and also some defenses, and also an upgrade to the dock. And also one of these things. There's an imminent rebellion in Hochland. Well, we didn't really send our rebellion-killing army in the right direction to deal with that. Turning off taxation is not going to help, though, so we'll just deal. We'll just get there. Pretty bummed out about not having gotten a vial of warp fuel. Although I guess we're moving up to... sorry, we're only spending on Doom Rockets at this point, so a third vial of warp fuel isn't really all that important, I suppose. Uh-oh. Apparently, Hexoatl is going to come at us in some force. Well, we're ready-ish. We're sort of kind of ready. Yeah, actually, I will take a defensive alliance. The biggest downside to a defensive alliance there would be that, would be if he was not at war with, like, Lothern or something. It would have put us in jeopardy if we had managed to secure peace from Lothern and then, Lothern had attacked him. But given that he's already at war with everybody that we're even a little bit afraid of, there's not really a downside to taking the alliance. And I'm imagining at this point that most of our wars are forever type wars. There's very, very little chance that we are going to be able to secure any kind of long-term peace from any of these factions. We're not going to have to eliminate most of them, which is good, because it would be a huge undertaking to kill Lothern. But we are going to be fending off their attacks periodically for the rest of the game. I'm so eager to get rid of the dwarves, but it's going to take so long, because they still have this tiny little strip of terrain down here. It's an interesting move on Thorgrim Grudgebearer's part. Not sure I know what he's doing. Well, we'll be there to catch him fleeing shortly. Deathmaster Snitch is going to have to run really, really fast to save our girl Migdal. And again, obviously, it's not a huge problem if this stuff gets destroyed, because we can just take it back. It's just a matter of redistributing our force. So yeah, I would love to take out those dinosaurs, like, this turn or next turn. I'd really like to do it before that second army of theirs lands. Let's see if we can make it. Also, is Vashnar at war with Hexawatl? Obscythe? Yeah, sure. Obscythe still wants more? Yeah. Fine, increase his loyalty. Do whatever it takes. Just, first of all, get him to a place where I can dismiss him, and secondly, stop giving me notifications that are related to him. Ostland is going to have a little bit of a freak out. Well, we can afford to turn off taxation for a moment. That'll buy me a second. In Solland, we may as well turn taxation back on, since we're going to get the rebellion either way. A rebellion in Solland, at least, can be put down pretty quickly. So, let's talk about this thing. You are probably actually going to be put into an army. So let's try to get 2 extra powder. Doom Rocket and Ballistics Instructor. And while you're coming over here to join up with an army, okay, we can see Jufbar has a small garrison and a small army. Yeah, we should probably just take that this turn, right? Schwarzhofen is important and everything, but maybe we have Queek and Remamute split up. I guess it doesn't necessarily look like Queek is going to be able to kill anything by himself. Let's take Warp Smart. It's not very good with his current army composition, but it will get better. Of the 4 skills in that box, I think Warp Smart is clearly the best. So neither one of us can reach Schwarzhofen. I just don't really want them to generate another army here. But I guess we should deal with this stuff so that we don't have to think about it probably ever again. Vomik is going to verify that there are in fact no enemies. So we do have to get through Averheim, though. That's not exactly a foregone conclusion. It has a much healthier garrison than most of the stuff we've gone up against. All right, let's let you heal a little bit more. We'll let Remamute follow up. They both could use a turn of just hanging out before they push. Actually, I haven't even ascertained. Can we reach that? Okay. Vomik can initiate the battle. So the loss of Jufbar itself is not going to be particularly meaningful to them. You know, they're not getting a huge amount of money out of this. It's not providing any terribly important resources or buildings. But, strategically speaking, they are very close to having nothing functional in the north, which is definitely going to be a problem for them. I don't know that it really matters where we do this. I'm not expecting any of this stuff to ever get attacked. I think it's pretty unlikely that anybody would challenge us up here anymore.
Warlock, master of Scryer.
So Valmir Gosser. Yeah, I guess he's the thing we're hunting.
Enemies to track.
I don't really know where he's going though. So it's that makes it a little tricky to lay an ambush. Okay, we'll try to catch him crossing the bridge, I guess. He might just be going to Myrmidons, or... Yeah, it's actually really hard to know what he's thinking. Probably don't need Erat to follow him. Yeah, we're just gonna take Erat down here. He's gonna scout around down here for us. I don't imagine that half-stack is going to need to be harassed for us to take them on. Okay, Remamute is doing his thing. Hadar. What's going to be the best way to get to the Black Pit from here? I'm in over Dieterstaffen. Okay, that is where the road is, I suppose. And obviously, Kislev is not going to be like super happy with us for doing this, but big who cares, right? Alright, Stunkritch. Stunkritch does not have an immediate goal. He can come up here and help us with the Border Princes, or we can move him south to try to back up Deathmaster Snikch. That's probably better. We need more people down there. So go spend a turn in Dok Karaz and then head south. Infectique. Can we see what's in this army now? No, even when they're pressed up against the wall of my settlement, I can't see them for some reason. Alright, well, we are going to march over here into range of Aquitaine, and hopefully Bordelo's garrison plus Infectique will be more than sufficient to deal with that situation. Again, we hope. What else do we want here? We don't need the bell. Upgrading this just gives us access to the Doom Wheel, but yeah, get access to the Doom Wheel, that's fine. Deathmaster Snikch is still really far away from Agromigdal. Wow. Like, shockingly far away. Oh, I thought I saw a... Okay, it looks like there's no Badlands attrition right here. I guess we're in the marsh enough that the moisture helps ward off whatever the problem is. Alright, that's probably still more than one turn of movement, so we're going to lose Agromigdal and have to reclaim it. Not a huge problem. That is certainly a thing we can do. Shaif. Let's see, we could push forward on blue or red with him. He took Pack Leader and Infiltrator. Is his army actually... No, this is not a good composition for those skill points. Well, let's push Redline for the moment. This is where we start doing underway moves, I think. Yeah, we'll see if we can't head off Thorgrim Grudgebearer literally in the pass. Is he moving to Nashrak's lair, maybe? Maybe. Okay, we gotta make sure that we are doing our level best to get this stuff figured out. We're gonna have a rebellion in Karak Ungor that we don't know how to deal with. That's pretty bad. Did we try disbanding his stuff? Okay, cool. Finally can. His army is extremely unnecessary. Okay, now we're making decent money again. Many kills today. So what else do we need from you? I guess You can just go and harass these guys until you hit level 20? No, you cannot. I didn't leave any money. That's gonna mean a lot of our guys don't actually have anything to do then. Except you. Alright, got ourselves an Undercity. We probably do not want to... not want to. We do not have the ability to do very much with it, unfortunately. You just hang out. That's a problem with that's a problem in desperate need of a solution. And then don't we have like a whole bunch of agents? Yeah. No questions were asked to me about Rel because he has orders already, and Murta does not. It just felt like it didn't need to ask me what he wanted to do. Alright. And see, this right here is why I do not usually issue multi-turn move orders. Because after you finish your whole turn, then the camera zooms over to the guy who still has orders, and you have to watch him move at normal speed, even if you have increased the speed of the animations for your faction. Okay, some of those Hexawaddle armies are returning. That's good for us. I wonder if things have gone a little bit sour for them down there. Do not want a military alliance. Yeah, man, all of their characters are down here in the southeast, huh? I wonder if these are Nagaron's only settlements. I wonder if they got completely wiped out in the northwest. Not interested in any of that from you. So for right now, what we need to do is just close the lasso a little bit on these internal areas. I'm really looking forward to fighting the Bretonnians again. I think we are in a good position now, troops and tech-wise, for fighting lots of guys on horseback. The Dwarf War has been a huge bummer. Not my favorite faction to fight with the Skaven at all. Not my least favorite. We're going to see my least favorite in a minute here, because apparently there are going to be lizard men everywhere. Nope, absolutely not. I cannot believe how poorly the World Walkers are managing their troops. Feels like they're constantly losing armies over absolutely nothing. Yep, no big surprise here. Wow, that is an army composition. Look at that. Well, I feel like our trick of killing their siege weapons, killing an army's siege weapons by just summoning some garbage under them while the rest of the army dies, probably ineffective here because they have so many things that could just turn around and shoot the menace below charges. Alright, what is Velmir Gosser up to? I'm very curious. Okay, so he does think he's going to move forward and attack. I mean, that settlement up there, Zvorak, doesn't have defenses, so I assume he figures he's just going to roll over that and try to establish the border princes again in this area. The Beast Catchers. They want a non-aggressive... Who are you? Showed somewhere around here. So this is a rogue army that spawned in my territory. You know what? I will take a non-aggression pact. I do not need you attacking me. The Doom Seekers were killed. That's a shame. We have lots and lots of rebellions to put down. There's so many notifications. Okay, the Eastern Border Princes. Well, we can turn off taxation here temporarily. Not going to solve the problem permanently, though. Alright, here we do not actually have a... Okay, that's weird. Okay, there we go. The problem was it wasn't selecting. Okay. Now that we've managed to carve out enough armies, we're back up to having a reasonable amount of gold. So we don't... Okay, Thorgrim Grudgebear moved to Mount Gunbad, which does have some defenses. Well, let's go get Grom Peak, I guess. Oh, hold on. Apparently we'll,
No.
you know what? We can probably take that with just Vomit, right? Yeah, easy. So then we don't have to move Icket Claw over here to defend, which means Icket Claw can make a full underway move and get slightly more distance. And then, as long as Thorgrim Grudgebearer doesn't attack Mount Gunbad the turn he hits it, we can underway move into defensive range and make that work out. Vilefitch Stab should have a free meal here. Vomir Gosser has made a small miscalculation. Ambush mode, very effective. So the Border Princes, once we get rid of them up there, they have 2 settlements down here. It's just these 2. We should be able to wipe them out fairly soon, I think.
Let the bell scream.
So over here, we should probably have... I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say we should probably have Queek lead, because I was thinking he needed more HP, or more XP, but he doesn't really. Oh, you know what? Actually, he should not lead, because his units are horrible. He is strictly a reinforcement army.
The Vermintide.
I do wonder if part of the problem we're having with auto-resolving these battles has to do with the low quality of our units. Oh, you know what? Queek is actually...
Turn them to rat.
Queek is already within reinforcement range. Yeah, okay.
Way.
Well, on this one they let us have it nice and easy.
More power, yes.
We cannot find a vial of warp fuel to save our lives, man.
Where no furs. Quick moves.
Oh, actually, we probably... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, we probably want to make sure he stays on our side of that line. Alright, what were we doing with you? I guess we were taking Blastmaster? And then finishing it off with Rally. Rally's a useful skill, even if you don't get the level above it.
Warlord, me.
Oh, wow. Can you actually... Oh, he's in March mode, so no, he will not be able to attack. But he will be able to get over here and, at the very least, play defense if Pustich Stab does decide to attack on his turn. Sure, we're upgrading bells everywhere we can, just as we drive past. Chant Stab gets Flensing Ruin? Yeah.
It is cheap.
Unfortunately, it's going to take Stunkritch forever to get where he's going. Maybe he should stick around in the area, actually. Watch these guys coming out of Stone Mine. I don't know. That should really be a defensive structure. I should not have built that the way I built it. Okay. Yeah, somebody's got to stop Bertie Bratch from doing things.
Junction of the Great Horn One.
He's recruiting right now, so it's hard to know how many turns he's going to spend recruiting. We could try to move Stunkritch like up closer to the border and catch him coming after Dok Karaz, but it's also possible he's just going to sit there getting new units for like 2 or 3 turns, and I don't know that I want to delay that long. I also really don't want to lose stuff, though. Alright, let's move south as much as we can while maintaining ambush distance and also not ambush movement, and also not ending up in the attrition zone. And hopefully we'll catch that dude coming out. Catch him getting greedy. Cricket is... It's hard to tell exactly what Cricket's doing. And do we still... Okay, we do have a read on his army. Oh, wow. That's a weird one. So that's a lot of dinosaurs, and not really anything else at all. He's got many units of Ripperdactyls, which are anti-infantry flying units. They're kind of not great, in my opinion. I will say this. He's going to overwhelm our guns. We did not bring enough guns for all this ridiculous nonsense. Not sure why he broke his siege on Bordello either. I'm gonna try something here. Big surprise. We're gonna give an ambush a shot. Alright, Snitch. Hard to know exactly what to do with Snitch. I mean, obviously I want my settlement back, but it's not going to be easy to get it, huh? Alright, go to Galbaraz, hang out there for a turn, and we'll see what these guys do. That was Snitch. Queek Headtaker has already made his move for the turn. Shife can make it up to Mount Gunbat almost. Okay, we definitely don't want to do normal movement. But I also don't want to move myself into a position where he could attack me. Unfortunately, what we're seeing here is his potential movement range while he's still in use underway stance. We do not have any idea how far he can walk. Alright, we're going to just go ahead and accept a turn of mountain attrition to sit here and be sneaky. What army needs a warlock engineer? It's probably like Queek's army, right? I think that's the direction we're headed this guy in. Queek currently has no way to use magic, which feels like a waste. It's all these resources that you're just not getting anything out of. Okay, there we go. The big 2-0. You finally did it. You finally did something right. Vomik doesn't really have a play. I can just go and start harassing the garrison at Wurtbad over and over again. Oh, Vomik is totally teched out for combat. Well, we don't really need another combat assassin. I think we'll just swap him over to blue line stuff. I was wondering why his chance of success was so bad. Obside continues to harass Kislev. Getting better and better at it every day. You guys are still many turns from being in a useful spot. Alright. Gonna end up doing that with you, so that's like 5 turns of movement. And then we are running out of things to research. Let's spread rot and decay, I guess. Completed the rib peaks. This could probably just be food. Okay, I did that. There we go. This probably doesn't matter a huge amount. Let's open up the spot for the bell that we can upgrade all the way to 4 if we have to. Oh, I sure didn't actually set a commandment there. And then this is a problem. I'm gonna make us a bell? It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna finish in time. Alright. Well, then we won't worry about it. I'm gonna make us a defensive structure. Probably irrelevant. We need to figure out how to get somebody up there to deal with that rebellion. This is not a very convenient thing at the moment. Okay, we can get both of those going just to have the defenses, because at some point we are going to have to fight Kislev. And is that everybody? Did we actually get everybody? No. For some reason, Rel was not given orders. Oh, because Rel already has orders. Yep, okay. Still, no 3rd vial of warp fuel. I guess we aren't really fighting that many battles. It does feel a little unlucky, though. So Lothern is showing as being maybe like 10 to 15% stronger than we are. Seems like that Hexawaddle army is actually sailing to the Southlands. Alright. We got him. I guess I maybe should have fought that manually, just so that we could shoot. So that we could see the dinosaur shooting. Don't worry, it looks like we're going to have plenty of Hexawaddle armies to put down. Wow, I cannot believe Lord Skrulk won that with the army he had. I guess we don't know what was in the other army. And maybe that settlement had just been taken, so the garrison was still weak or something. And I mean, okay, it looks like Clan Pestilence is maybe successfully geared up for a counter push. It would be nice if they could keep Lothern and Hexawaddle focused on them. Although I guess they're not even really directly fighting. Hexawaddle is a little bit north of the territory they're in the area that's sort of analogous to Central America. So maybe they just haven't, maybe Clan Pestilence and Hexawaddle haven't really had any interaction, because there is a buffer of hostiles between them. Ooh, and we've caught Thorgrim Grudgebearer trying to escape. Well, I think Scheif should probably take advantage of this, but I also think that's the sort of thing that is maybe more fit for next episode, since we're already over the hour and everything. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time tomorrow when maybe we try to murder Thorgrim Grudgebearer in the underground. I'm not actually 100% certain. Looking at this, we might just let him pass. You know what? I'm not making the decision right now. That was the whole point of me doing the outro. Come back next time to see what the decision is. And we'll see you then.